Do you want to start catching crazy alley-oops and dunking on people? But unfortunately right now your player is looking a little bit more like Andy Milanakis. Well, luckily for you, to fix this problem, all you need to do is get your finishing badges.
But Cameron, that takes forever.
Not with this method. With this method you can get up to 15,000 XP in 8 minutes. That means you can get all your finishing badges by the end of the afternoon. So you can spend your night with your body pillow, because we ain't going outside. Hey Cam, it's Guys here.
You stupid.
No, I'm not.
What's 15,000 times by 60 divided by 8?
What? This method is literally easier than roasting K-pop stans.
Lolo, you watch K-pop, you're a loser.
Either way, this method gives you 2 times badge progress as long as you're winning the games. They're super easy to win, so you can get all your badges super quickly. This is just a nice little method to get the finishing badges during this game mode. So I'm going to show you how to get into this game mode. As you guys can see, I also get a bunch for defense as long as I'm playing good defense. It's super quick. These games take 8 minutes and you got a lot of XP out of it. So the first thing you're going to need to do is find one of these quests in your 2K journal. As you can see, you need to find someone with this orange exclamation mark above their head. So after skating across the grand line, we finally found someone that has this orange exclamation mark, and we're able to get our quest. But after skating across all the corners of this far distant city, the title of Skater King brought me to this man with the Sheldon looking pants so that he could give me access and point out to me where the factory is located. So after going back through the new world, I finally found the factory and we were able to go inside. Now here I was met with an old man, a fat man, and an irrelevant man. And on my team I had the prehistoric Vince Carter and a player that doesn't make the top 5 of all time. But your teams don't really matter too much. You might get different teams depending on the challenges, as long as it's not too difficult, okay? If you're on a team of 85 overalls and against a team of 99 overalls, then you probably might want to find a different challenge, because if you win, you get double XP. Now, just before we get into the actual gameplay method, I just want to say, if you guys want to check this video out right after this one, there'll be a link in the description. I'd really appreciate it. Also, smash that like and subscribe button, because we don't have bad tutorials for every single other type of badge as well. Now, this first method I like to call the animal style because it's ultra cheesy, and this is the method that I recommend you start off doing when you don't have too many badges. So as you guys can see, I go into the post and then I just run out and run back in, and the defense, the AI kind of glitches out and they can't really do anything. As you guys can see, I get past them straight away and go for the dunk. That was the method I started using at the very start when I didn't have any finishing badges. Once I got Hall of Fame Lob City finisher, I didn't need to do this anymore, and the reason that I stopped doing it was because, as you guys can see, once you start doing it too many times, the AI will start double teaming you, and if you don't have a high ball handling, you just get stripped and it will just stop working. Now, if you guys have never played 2K before and tried to grind out your finishing badges, you want to throw alley-oops. That'll give you more XP than Lana Rhodes gets DMs, so that you can finish up quicker than Mike. So if you guys don't know how to call for the alley-oop, all you need to do is run towards the basket while holding RT or R2, and then double tap triangle if you're on PS4, 5 or 4, or you can double tap Y when you're on Xbox. Now, once that method stops working, you don't need something else to do. So you pretty much want to do the exact same thing, but this time you just don't go into the post. So I get the ball out of my hands as quick as possible, and then I just run in and out as many times as I need to till I get the open lane. As you guys can see right there, he doesn't throw me the alley-oop, so I just do it again, okay? Just keep going back and forth as long as you don't have the ball in your hand. Sometimes it'll pass it to you in awkward times. Just keep the ball out of your hands, keep passing it back to them, keep cutting back and forth until you get the easy alley-oop. I swear to God, if you just keep cutting in and out, staying persistent, eventually you're gonna get the easy bucket. It's just like my strategy on Tinder. You know, even 2K gets bored sometimes and want to see you make a bucket. But the biggest mistake you can make is not shoot your shot, okay? So anytime you get the chance, just keep driving through, keep cutting, especially on the fast breaks. If you guys aren't coming coming through on the fast breaks, I don't know what you're doing, because they're some of the easiest buckets you're gonna get. Like when you're running down the court, just pass the ball off and then double tap Y. Another thing that you can do, as you guys see in that last play, is I come round to the corners. I like just running through around the corners and just trying to cut off ball just towards the basket. You guys want to see in these clips right here, just keep passing it off, running it through, and you're gonna get the alley-oops. It's gonna be a little difficult when you start, when you don't have your alley-oop finisher, but if you do the methods at the start, you're going to be able to get a few easy alley-oops at the start. That's going to give you a lot of XP. You're going to get your first badges really quickly, and then you're going to start upgrading your contact finisher or your posterizer, as well as your lob city finisher. And then you're going to start doing these like crazy. You're going to start catching all kinds of lobs. Now, obviously, this is more of a strategy for the people with a lot of speed and vertical. Now, if you're a smaller guard, I think you can still do this as long as you have like a decent slashing ability. If you don't get a good slashing ability and you don't get too many finishing badges, I wouldn't even worry about grinding out your finishing badges. Just play normal games and eventually you're gonna get them. It's just if you have a lot of finishing badges, you need to do this. Now, if your player is too big or slow to really do this method, if you're a fat man that goes to KFC a lot, you know what I'm saying, you don't have the speed, the vertical to do this, you're looking like Andy Milanakis out here, then what you have to do is just drop step. You know what I'm saying? Just be like Shaq, use your weight against the opponent. Just drop step and dunk on everyone and you will get your badges real quick. Trust me, you're going to be progressing faster than Bradley Martin, but instead of using steroids, you're using the factory double rep. Now, your number one goal should be to win these games, so it's not a bad thing to rely on the teammates. You don't have to score all the points, but I do recommend you try score most of the points. Now, these games, as I said, last about 8 minutes, which is slightly longer than I normally last, so it doesn't really matter if the AI stars double team you or anything, because you just get the game done as quick as possible, and then it's over, and you can go to the next game. So you're getting way more rep than in my career with the double rep, everything like that. You start a new game fresh, you start off hot every single time with max stamina, which is super nice. As I said, also just by playing here, you're gonna get a lot of points for your defensive badges and stuff because it's double rep. You're also gonna get a lot of XP for your overall in a short amount of time. It may not go up much per game, but because, you know, the games are so quick, you get a lot of games in, you can get your overall up really fast. Also, because the finishing badges, everyone knows alley-oops is the fastest way to get your finishing badges. Playing 3v3 means there's way less help defense, there's 2 less people, the court is way more spaced out, so it's just way easier to get alley-oops on the 3v3s. But either way, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash that like, subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. As I said at the start of the video, also please check out that video. I think that one video in the description is a very, very good video. Also, the videos appearing on the screen are all good in these playlists. My build is an absolute beast, so check that out if you haven't already. I hope this video helped you. If it did, smash that like, subscribe button, because we're going to be coming out with methods for all the other types of badges, that shooting, playmaking, etc. So yeah, I'm out. See ya.